What's up, everybody? It is JOSHTHEJSYSTEM here. Welcome back to more WWE Supercard campaign mode. I know it's been quite a little bit since my last video. Been kind of trying to build up to match the tier we're currently hammering in. As you can see, my cards are much stronger than they were. Last time out, when I got to a certain point, I had said that. Well, we got to that point. I did do a video. I was recording a video, and then everything went to absolute crap, as it always does. Um, Main point being as it loves to do to me every now and again, it loves to go to crap. But there's a little bit done. There wasn't a whole lot that came out of it. So the main focus was that what was the problem as we were talking about. So I'm going to skip to 78 so you guys can see where I was referring to. If you guys remember, my main issue was up arrows. Up arrows were my major problem. I couldn't do anything. And now, yeah, you're starting to see we got a little bit more to work with because this is where our cutoff point was. It didn't seem like anything was going well. We eventually got Skylar, but that was after the fact. And now we're at this point. So, yes, I know it's been sporadic, but this was because I was trying to build up to make sure I'd have enough just to rush it. So I do apologize for the sporadicness. I have been trying to come up with other ideas for the videos, and well, I've been only trying to get the campaign done so that way we can do other stuff. And I know recently they unleashed the immortal stuff, and that could be another form of campaign if we get there. No, I said I did. No, I did up to 76. Just one sec. I need to see something real quick. No, 76 is my next one. I had to confirm something real quick because I'm like, what's 76? Was my next one? But yeah, so main thing is we're just gonna try and get through. I mean, obviously we're gonna blitz quite a bit until we get to. I imagine once we get to the Ember one, we should be, for lack of a better term, good. We're probably gonna have quite a bit of issues here and there with on certain ones. I may just swap the cards up just because I want to at least get some training in on some cards, just so I can get them going and get a little bit of a head start on them. For the most part, up until we get to so I said we're getting to 77 once we pass there, because I don't remember. Left arrows are pretty much for a little bit of Billy Kidman lore there. If he had it in WCW in the late 2000s doing the Raspberry, that was a little joke there. So the reason I did that was because my left arrows are so OP for men. I don't even think my females are even necessary at this point. I think I've got so many there too. Like everything seems like left arrow, left arrow, left arrow. Like there is weird. I'm like so blown up with left arrows. Like I don't even have that Liv Morgan battle match even remotely started because I have so much left arrow. Like I'm so blown up with left arrows that if I did it, it would just be for the sake of hilarity at that point. I feel like I could just go through and just smash whoever. But yeah, Yokozuna, that's pretty much. Let's just make sure we keep it here at least. I try to at least make it where it feels where I'm just grabbing the first four I see. I'm not like being too picky about it. Same with the females. First four I see, it doesn't matter. I'm not uncombinable there. Of course I'm not. Why would I be? All right, under speed, that probably would help out matters. We're going to skip over that at least. So yeah, so that's what we got. At least until I start seeing I'm taking a loss. And when I take a loss, a number will appear on my within my webcam here, which, as you guys know, that's to count my losses in my videos / when I'm live and whatnot. And if I start doing other, no matter where I do these at, they all count. So right now we're roughly above because they have nothing's been redeemed. We are currently at about 200 losses that have been accumulated over the past couple months. So those are there. But that doesn't mean I haven't been keeping track of which is where. So if somebody does redeem it, I'll do I'll allow like a triple redemption, and we'll just go from there. So it's basically been since January's last time somebody redeemed anything, because February, March, and April, no one's done anything. I would love to keep everybody there, and it's going to be like a quest for fire at this point until we get to the next. I forgot to get rid of you. But then it doesn't take long though, but just to be honest, I'm not going to be doing it for I'm only going to do it for the multi arrow matches. So anything other than that, it's pretty much no. I won't do it for ones that are individual because it's just silly. So yeah, there will be more than just this going up. So when this goes up, just note there's going to be a couple other things going up. I am saying this because you guys will be seeing it. My Resident Evil Requiem videos will be going up with this, at least the first part's going up. So following this, there will be that video, and then part 2 of that will be, there will be another video of this, and then part 2 of that going up. As far as if I'm doing thumbnails, well, I haven't figured it out if it's going to be. I have to see how I want them to look at the moment. So thumbnails are kind of for me right now. I wanted to reach out to you guys and make sure it looks good. So we'll see how some of them do. If they're going to be appealing or not. See if I can get it where some idea is to have image of me reaching out, and then have the current campaign card out in the distance, and as we get closer, have it very far out in the distance, depending on how many cards are still away, how many rungs away we still are, not based on how many matches. Because obviously 84, 84, 84, and 84s. I'm saying oh, there's this, and then there's that all the way out in the distance of how many rungs of it out there, and then as each one is completed, as we get closer, we start to get a little closer, clearing it as rungs of a ladder. It's an idea I had, and then as I'm saying it, it sounds so good, but if it can actually be created is the real question. The more I keep doing that, and realizing he needs matches, and I'm realizing that I keep pulling him out for no reason. He legitimately needs matches because his stats may be through the roof. I get that I need to combine cards. I'm just sitting there going, Jake needs matches. I keep pulling him out, but he needs matches. So we'll get a lot done here now. So as far as I know, the next section was the static section, and we started seeing it. I mean, we did start to see it where there was that constant of oh, this is where it's happening. this is where I'm starting to get that proverbial middle finger, if you will, of like, okay, now I need to start either beefing up or something. Yes, you did see that Becky Lynch card, the Becky 2 belts, which you seen I got it, which great, fantastic. I'm almost completely done with the. Yes, this video is taking place during the that particular event on 82. So I'm on the last set of rewards that I need. So you get that done, and then that's it. Then it's just use them as you will. The quest, that particular quest for the Eddie card, I've already got that done, which. Oh, that was a relief that I got it done, but getting it done in 2 days is fine because the stuff to do it was coming in droves. It was coming in fast. And I'm sitting here, and I was thinking about it. I can just remove it, don't matter. I don't need it. I'm just using it just because I think there's something I need for it. And I want to say one of the items I do need is it. I don't have any daily quest items at the moment. Really, I'm done with that. It might be for the Battle Pass one. I had been considering the Immortals thing, but at the same time, I'm like, as good as it is for the cards that they have, I feel like I'd rather wait until the new. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even knocking it. I'm like literally thinking I'd rather do it at the beginning of the. Oh my god! I'm thinking about the season just so I get it and I have for the whole season. So rest assured, we will be getting that. A little bit of an update too for you guys. The background behind me is going to change, so I do have a plan for that. For those of you who may not visit my live streams, who used to be there during a couple years ago, I used to have like an L-shaped table behind me. Well, that's coming back to going behind me because the plan I had for it did not go the way I wanted it to, because unfortunately I misjudged the size, and I have no access to the two drawers that are like. There are like two drawers right over here, and I have no access to them, and also it doesn't work for my. So you guys can see there's like a big portion of my room that's like very dark, and I would like to light it up a little more. Also, be able to get a little extra lighting behind me to work out. This back room's not too lit up. Like, obviously, this is fine, but eventually, that's going to be the plan: is to get a separate light, so I'll be able to either just have this focused on me and then have a separate one to. So we'll have a separate light focused directly on that, but that remains to be seen if that's going to be the plan or if we're just going to go with more lighting to help pick up everything in the shot, because that's kind of what I want to do, is get everything in one shot. There's all this nifty stuff. I feel like I could just put up a separate camera and just do that, and we're good to go. So those are some ideas that are coming in the future of like what may change in some of my videos. And like, yeah, and so you know that the look of how I look in some of the videos are going to be different as to how I look. Well, I completely forgot to keep Jake in. That was a silly move. So when you're seeing the Requiem videos, you're going to notice that I probably still have a beard in that, as opposed to how I look now. Because those were filmed a while ago, and need to get them out. And eventually more stuff like that's coming out. there is another game. I'm hoping if I can finish it on stream, then I can start doing runs of it on I can start recording videos of that and just do a one. We can start doing stuff with that because I want it to be authentic when I finish it on stream before I do videos of it. Just because it's like I can reveal what it is. Echoes of the Living. It's been quite the. I don't even want to put it. It's been interesting. It's been challenging because I didn't do any research on it before I decided to play it. So let's just say that you guys will be in for a shot when you get that to see that. Like I said, I do have other stuff planned out. The weekends are kind of always get muddled because every time you go to plan something, something just slips right in and decides to say, "Oh, you had that plan? No, you ain't getting that." So when you guys do see this, I do want you guys to know that if at any point there are certain things that I do change up, because I do randomly, I'll do something different just for the heck of it. If you guys have an opinion on it, please leave a comment. I do listen to comments, so I generally want to engage with you guys, try to figure out what middle ground, kind of like so for today's obviously try to be respectable at least. I get that I'm probably not the best in engaging, but I'm getting there. I'm getting better at all that stuff. But the theme I want to start building for our videos is number one. Goodness, I had it, I just lost it. Is to start every at the end of it, like in the middle of any video, we'll have like a discussion. Okay, so today I want to know what games you guys like. Like, you could either say the name of the game or the genre, and I'll see if I have it. If I do have it, I have it on a list of what I can put up for videos, so I know. Hey, you guys like that? Okay, I have that. I can do that. That sort of thing. Now I'm just trying to get back to where I was as fast as I can so I can progress. At some point during this, I may do a little bit of well, no, I don't need to do it. Number two. So yeah. So I want to know what games do you guys what games are that get you guys going when you're on your downtime? What are your favorite style of games? Whether it be a horror game, or maybe you have a specific franchise in mind that's what you like to play. Like I said, if I have it, I'll try and see if I can get that going. Maybe you have mods, and I'll see if I can get them up. If for some reason I can't, I'll start working on some way of doing them outside the two universes, because there is one in particular I do want to play, but I don't know how it will work. So there are games out there that are copyrighted, obviously. That's what we just started doing now. So slap out Jake and Henry here. There are games that are copyrighted with music, and so I do have ways of getting around that. So when you're coming into the videos and you're hearing like this, you're hearing like weird music. So the best I can do for you then is tell you just to mute it. Then, if it's becoming an issue, you can just say, or just try to deal with the music, because if you mute that, you're gonna mute me, and I might end up saying something funny. That's another soul snatched. something popped up on my phone to my right, and it just like completely made me like caught me off guard. Completely forgot it was even there. It's number 3 we're about to rip apart. I may have actually done 3 already, and I just literally just did it again. So with stuff like that, I'm like, so there are times where I do say funny things, where I end up doing something so like I do something so incredibly dumb, and it happens to me more often than not. Like it is funny when it happens. I'm not gonna lie. So the thing is that I'm hoping that for any of these I end up getting lucky, and if I do a run, like, oh, I'm gonna do a whole, let's say, if we decide to do like a whole 100% run of a game, then I have to obviously, that requires a whole lot of work involved in it, and also requires a whole lot of looking up to knowing where that I've grabbed every item in the area. More often than not, doing useless battles, but by then in certain games it's just like quest for fire. So if I do that, like games such as like I don't want to put myself in that position for games like Final Fantasy and that, because if I do it, for example, like Final Fantasy VIII might require a little more talking on my part than anything. We just did 4. But I have thought just reserving the right just to do the main character, just do the main cast. But then I'm like, man, I would really have to come up with like, and I would see my own voice for one. I always, for some reason, and this is actually funny. This is actually a real funny story. Whenever I pictured the instructor talking, for some reason, I always pictured her with a Russian accent for whatever reason, and I always did that even when I was a kid. It was like the strangest thing, and it was funny because it was just like there was never an indication she wasn't that much older than the main character. It's just what happened. It was just. And I always got this thing like I always wanted like somebody to be like, if they're a superior, to have that accent. And I did it for like one playthrough, and I realized something halfway through. I was doing 4 characters, and then halfway through, I forgot who had what, and it was still in the same playthrough. It wasn't even out. I wasn't even done with the video, and I was already losing track. Like. I'm trying to remember what game it was. Oh, it was Legends. It was Pokemon that I did it. It was Legend Arceus. I had done one playthrough of this. I had forgotten who had what voice. I knew I had my voice for my character. I gave the professor sort of a normal voice. The girl character, I kind of just gave a little niche of a voice. I gave a little higher pitch for my voice for that. I gave the one character the accent in question. I do it because it's just meant to be. It's literally meant to be just funny for me. Nothing more. There's nothing like. It's not meant to be insulting. It's not meant to be disrespectful. It's just meant to be just how I interpret characters, and just having a character of authority. Just generally speaking, is how I've interpreted it. It's just how I do it. 6 maybe. Kind of running through. We're kind of like blitzing this pretty quick. So yeah, so it's just one thing that I always add in, just so, because it's always like, because for one thing, I want to include different. I'm not great with different voices, so I'm gonna do that right now and say it. Trying to match the voice that should be talking because of wherever the game might be taking place. And there have been a few games where it's actually taken place with I don't know why it happened. For the life of me, I don't know why that initial thing happened. And then I started playing. I for the life of me, I couldn't remember what it was that drove me into that like particular idea. And I think it was because I think it was because I was playing oh, what was it, Amnesia, and it had nothing to do with any of the characters being of that nationality. It just ended up being them. And it's nothing, like I said, it's nothing insulting. It's just you play a game for so long, and you're just like you're trying to match like the tone, and then you kind of give up halfway through because you're just like, and it's just like you want to diversitize the entire cast, even though that may not even be what they are specifically, because there's not even a guarantee of where everything takes place. So you're just like you're trying for the most part, trying to include everyone, and it turns into something way more. And it's like where I'd have to go, okay, does this character appear enough where I can give them a voice? Like your top 6 characters in the game, so you have this, or this character does that. It's one of those situations where you're just like, do they appear enough? Do they appear enough where giving them a voice or just using your normal voice would be fine. But when you're playing a game that's from like the early '90s, it's like, not saying that's when it came out. I'm just saying if you got to do a lot of talking, it's like I want to prep your voice for torture. We're getting there. We're gonna get there. Slowly but surely, we're gonna get climbed up. Like I said, I got the Resident Evils coming with these, so one'll happen, and then the Resident Evil will happen. Hopefully, following that, there will be some more collaborations with the pack lords coming as well. So yeah, don't forget to, if you do watch my videos, don't forget to, and you're interested in the pack opening stuff, and I've been trying to add a little extra comedy to when I'm with them. And if our world famous Psyduck Luck and my personal favorite, whenever we draw a Snorlax, I go completely insane in our videos because I just have fun with it. Because everybody needs a gimmick, and that's my gimmick, is that I go crazy, and I might incorporate some of that stuff to. I want to keep incorporating that into the videos when I'm working with them. I've been telling them all the time, you're recording videos, just include me. But I have to work on getting a proper green screen because the one behind me is absolutely garbage. So having a better one would be nicer because then I can set up more. It'd be nicer because then I can work something out where I'm just. Because this is what we got going on, because there is more to it, and then I can just work it out with them. It's like, I'm here, but I'm there with them. So yeah, so shout out to Tim and Waltimate of the Pack Lords, my brothers in arms, if you will. If I can, I will leave a link also in this video so you can be able to find their channel too. So the Pack Lords channel. We are working on getting a more of an animation feel to our to the channel as well. So I am working on that. This channel is going to get a little bit of a of a change up. So it's not just going to be what we have, because everything, because you kind of get it when you kind of log in, you kind of get that, what you're seeing. With, as long as I get Jake right now, I'm fine. I kept thinking about it, it's just like as long as I'm getting some form of training, as long as Jake Roberts is in there, I feel like that's fine. Actually, as long as Jake and Ethan are in there, that's perfectly acceptable, because Ethan needs matches. The only thing that ever worries me is when I get, like, when we reach, like, the 60 point for picks, it's like, okay, what do I do now? There's a problem now, because I'm going to run out of card room, and if you haven't realized it yet, I don't have that much room as far as, like, cards. I want to check and make sure I don't have anything set out. So I'll give you guys a quick look so you guys can see what I'm talking about. See, as I only have eight spots left. Almost there. I'd like to at least hit 21. That would be nice. What I would like to also have is, like, maybe get even further than 21. I really don't mind it. Like, I'd like your guys' opinion too. This is something I really do want an opinion of, since we're halfway through. What do you prefer? Do you prefer long, like the hour-long videos, or would you prefer them being like maybe 30 minutes? I would like your guys' opinions on that. Like, if the videos just seem too dragged out and too long, like, maybe I can start trimming them down. When I'm recording them, I can always do because I'm willing to take those suggestions to heart, because, and see how you guys feel about them. Like, certain videos I can do, like, obviously the campaign ones I'm trying to, like, for lack of a better term, blitz through as fast as I can. But when I get to a certain point, it's not going to be at all possible. I would like to finish this out. Obviously, this particular campaign run, I would like to finish out with everything being done the right way. Everything's been going pretty solid so far with the way the game's been run. I had a little hiccup on Wednesday, and I was not proud of how things went during a live stream, but other than that, I mean, you get what you get. You try to keep yourself active, and then you sit there and you're like, so, like, sometimes you just have, like, your off nights, and then you just, ugh. And then other nights you get going, but then you have to go short because of reasons. All right, let's make this one worth it. Teo, oh no, yours done. Yeah, yours are done. So Ethan, and then you're definitely done. I know you better be done. If you're not done, we got issues if he ain't done. That's all I got to say about that. She's not done, so she can stay. You know, it's actually funny that this style of bet is running, and I would actually prefer if they kind of kept this style of an event. It doesn't necessarily always have to be where you're getting, like, oh, you're getting the greatest cards ever. They could always just make it where you're getting foils. Honestly, for the most part, for rewards in the later rounds, just pick random stuff. Like, oh, so you got season, well, this one's going to be for season 1. Keep this type of a thing going. The reason I say that is because you get a lot of good supports at times, other times you don't. I mean, it's how I picture it, honestly. If you're trying to give us an easier way of getting equipment because we're not getting it fast enough, I mean, once have the tiers last like 35 days, 28 of those days doing this because you're getting equipment. There are going to be some days where you get bone jarring equipment, other days you're not. Okay. This is where it gets interesting. How far can we get? I'd like to get. I'm not going to get the 42. I'm not even going to even put that out there, because if I sit there and say that, I'm not going to get there, and then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be more like down on my luck than anything. We're going to get where we get, and that's the plan. So I thought I'd include a little bit of playing style of how I do things. Like, I don't know how other people do it, but right now I take the 3 from the previous tier and then 1 from the highest tier, and then the 3 from the tier below that. I put them in the rumble of who I'm working on the pro, as long as the 3 from the lower tier are still relevant. And I do that. And that way here I can at least start seeing a little bit of movement. Hence the reason why I have a lot of pros in Rewind and probably quite a bit in WrestleMania, but that also plays into the fact of all the QR codes and freebie stuff we get. So every time we've been doing different videos and stuff, I thought about like how, like the different things I've been doing and like how I could show off my style, and like you can compare it to your own, thinking, oh well, maybe. And this is the thing, I do hear it a lot from people where they just want to like CP, copy and paste, and to that I say don't copy and paste what I do for the most part. If you want to copy and paste my boom style, where I can tell you, oh, just use these few cards for points, and then everything else, just get the strongest attack cards you can, and then do that, go for it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get the most points. But if you're looking to like copy and paste almost everything I do, I'm going to tell you not to do that. Because find your own style that fits you, because the problem being is you might get bored because you're doing that. I don't want you guys to ever look at it and go, oh, it's working for him, let me copy and paste that, and then a month later you guys are you're feeling drained and don't want to do it anymore. It's like, no, don't copy and paste me to where now you just it doesn't feel fun for you, because obviously I do it in a way where it works for me, because I am who I am. It's my play style works for me because I kind of isolate myself into certain spots, and it's also because of the fact that I don't have a whole lot of time in between to make it all work, and I want to make it all work, and it doesn't always go that way. So, and what I mean by that is, like, you go, oh, let me copy your Road to Glory deck. It's like, why? There shouldn't even be a need for anybody to do that. You should just be able to look at it and go, if yours is doing well, great. Or copying my War Games deck, that shouldn't even need to be a thing. I mean, obviously, just your War Games deck should be your top deck, and then my play style for War Games, just I need to stop sitting there and being. War Games and Ring Domination are the two I would honestly say I need to like batten down the hatches on. So, like, that was close. I almost messed up. So those are like the ones I may have to just start biting my tongue on and just say, okay, I need to start doing more. Like, I may need to just save up credits and just use them for that and just say, heck with it. Because I feel like it's draining, but I don't know if it's just draining or if it's just me not taking the time. And I feel like maybe if I just... For me, I feel like I'm just like uninterested in the event, but maybe I just need to start being more interested. I need to be more invested, and I feel like maybe it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. Maybe it's more or less that I just need to put more effort in. But obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Okay, officially now we're going to start seeing progress made. How far do we get? Let's find out. Like I said, the war games and ring domination for some reason I do not do well with, and it's despite everything going the way it does. I need to either one, the moment I run out of like draft bouts, I need to go in and just start trying to find a way of getting more doublers and just going absolutely nuts trying to get them. But at the same time, like, there does feel like there is this like there's like the ceiling being put over your head, and it's like you're not getting anywhere because lo and behold, the game's not giving you the opportunity. It's either that or it could be just a luck factor involved, which I don't know what the next event's going to be. If I'm right, I'm more than likely seeing if I were to guess, I'd guess ring domination's probably next. If it's not, that'd be great. Perfectly honest, if it's Road to Glory, I'd be actually very happy about that. But I don't think it's going to be Road to Glory. If it is, good, because I have a very good chance. Because I don't think I'm going to care which one it is. I think I'm going to play my heart out on it. It's just going to be a matter of what do I have time to do? Who do I have time to use? And whatnot. And I really need to do first night. I think I need to go, no matter what, with Road to Glory. I think I need to go nuts if it is Road. I want to know. I'm actually going to check that real quick before we continue forward. It's ring domination. Great. Might not be a problem. I think regardless, I need to just I need to think about whether or not I'm gonna. I think it just needs to come down to where I'm at by the time I get to Saturday. And that's the end. Might as well claim it. Double up. I need to put something on her, or else I'm not going to be doing well. What exactly are the matches anyway? Toughness and charisma. Yeah, I already don't like this. Yeah, I really don't like that. I need to put on, because I gave her charisma, I'll do toughness, so that way it'll balance out. Instead of that, I need, yeah, that'll work. Just in case it gets to that point. Now I got to be extra careful. Yeah, I don't like this now. Now I'm in that position where I'm just like, ugh, I don't like it. I hope I don't have to use her. I need that Bianca done pronto. I ain't no fool. I ain't gonna take any chances right now. Hey, look, they may not have been anywhere near me, but the fact that base level they were pretty close was all the information I needed to know that I need to start getting my up arrow females starting to work to get them boosted. And then I need another one done sooner than later. Pretty sure I have nearly enough for Fortification 3 of Bianca, so. The interesting thing about that Dan Halvin, I can make him so much more dangerous with the right stuff. I need another. I'll probably have to forge one to make that happen, but that's not like necessarily needed. I don't have to use her, so that's not necessary. Because I do have a foil one, so I just need another one to pro with to work out to pro him, and then well, hopefully today. Obviously, that won't happen. Hopefully, that won't need to be the case. How many draft picks do I have? Four matches. Okay, that's not a problem. So I'll get all the way to there before I have to do anything. Maybe a little further than I honestly was predicting it was going to be. Actually, to be perfectly honest, after the one, just do a few draft picks and I can still roll through pretty well. Get past that one, it'll still be a decent. It's still a decent blow. Yeah. That was weird. Spaced out for a second. Don't know why. Don't need that happening, I'll tell you that. 1.6 million, okay. Pretty sure Izzy is still more than enough on her own. Let's see, I'm trying to picture it. So Danhausen would be a fortification 2, so that already would be a healthy boost. The fact that now he'd be a foil, at least one of those cards is a foil, so that's a decent fortification 2 right there. With the so you're adding an additional pop-up for Danhausen, so that's another booster. The one I'm interested when I eventually pro it, which will take me a minute until I get a shot at doing so, is Woods, because I have 2 foils of him, so a double foil Xavier Woods would be interesting as to how high that would go. Unless you can't do it to multiple foil cards, which if that's the case, fine. Because in that same vein of thought, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I work on that other card too. So even though I'll be working on the foil, I'll be doing the normal card too. I'll put the normal card in the performance center if the thought comes to mind. Just on the off chance that that cannot happen. Alright, draw 5 cards. I was gonna say, I'll just draw enough just to. I don't know about Haku because of the very simple fact that's in play. I need to check something real quick on that. Yeah, no, he must already be a fortification, that means it was pointless to hang on to that. I got all these cards I can do something with real quick. Give yourself a reason to do it. Okay, drops down to 9. Which means I miscounted my amount. Which means now I should have enough now to get me to that last ring, which then means I'll at least have that one completed, so I'll finish on a solid ring. My brain's kind of like firing on like multiple cylinders of not wanting to work at all at times. Ugh. Or it's going to do that together. I think I know where to. Clear up enough. That's all I need. That works. That works too. Bring on the beat down. Nice. So long way to go. All right, I think this is a good stopping point. So we're going to cut it here. So thank you to everybody who stopped by to watch. I do appreciate it. Like the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And we will pick this up in the next part. And we will see how far we get. Hopefully, I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say perhaps we may be reaching for at least spot 70 on MIDCARD, which hopefully will be a good thing. I may do a little farming off screen just so I can, obviously I won't be doing any campaign work off screen. This has all been strictly on screen. You are getting every bit of it. I'm just going to try and see if I can boost up my up arrow females just a tad bit, and we'll see where we go from there. But until then, this is JOSHTHEJSYSTEM signing out. Take care, everyone, and have a good night.